Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome at Alef Knowledge Day event, Spring Edition. Today's topic are data centers, cybersecurity, and negotiation. The agenda is as follows. For those who are here for the first time, I will shortly introduce Alef Training Center. Then I will pass the word to Cosmin, my colleague from Romania, who will speak about Palo Alto courses. Petar will continue with news from data center courses. And before break, we'll open Splunk topic, my colleague from Prague, Filip. After, we will have 10-minute break, so you can use it for your calls or other urgent matters, for example, toilet, etc. It's up to you. After break, and please keep in mind that we will start on time. Milan will speak about new cybersecurity curls, Wi-Fi attacks, and penetration testing. At 11:05, and this is my pleasure to welcome our guest. Adam is a lecturer and negotiator, and of course, he will speak about negotiation skills. In the end of today's event, you should know more details about our great tool for training budget, Alef training credits. During all conference, you can win special presents, so please keep your attention and answer through Slido. You can win the book from our data center guru, colleague Jan Janowitz, From Zero to ACI Hero. You can also win the Alef package with nice presents and free voucher for cybersecurity course. If you will have any question during the event, please don't hesitate to use chat. Well, and now let's go to introduction of Alef training centers. Alef is one of the largest value-add distributor in EMEA region. Here you can see the main distribution contracts, and Alef Training Center is part of Alef Group. This is our motto. The motto was created from several reasons. We have more than 28 years experience with on-site, online, hybrid trainings delivery. Most of courses are guaranteed, so we don't use marketing dates. We have a robust team and to take care of you. We have a testing center. As we are part of Alef distributor and we have a strong relationship with our partners, we understand the IT business from every side. So also we can offer following services and support our partners. But the biggest advantage of Alef Training Center is a huge pool of trainers because they are our employees. They have a strong and unique knowledge from implementation, and that's why we can create high quality tailored trainings. You can find us mostly in EMEA region. Of course, we can deliver trainings worldwide, but only time is limitation for us. So please keep with plus or minus 2 hours from Central European time. We have approximately 300 courses in portfolio. We train more than 4,000 students per year. You can visit us in our training centers in Czech Republic, Slovakia, Hungary, Slovenia, Croatia, Serbia, Romania, and in Greece. On the right side, you can see our official authorized training partnerships. The huge pool for trainers we have for Cisco. We are the biggest Cisco learning partner with a huge pool trainers in EMEA region. And of course, also for other vendors. So it was shortly introduction to Alef training centers. Thank you for your attention. And Cosmin, please, it's yours.
Thank you, Andrea, for a great introduction. Good morning, everyone. My name is Cosmin Mocanu, as Andrea said, and I am system engineer for Palo Alto Networks products inside Alef Group. And today, I will make a very short presentation about what Palo Alto Networks can offer to us and how can help us. Let's go. Time it's always running very fast and never it's enough to have an agenda, to have a short history about Palo Alto networks. Then we'll go to see what are the main structure of the product that we can have from Palo Alto networks. And as Andrea also mentioned, I will talk also about what are the specialized trainings that you can have in Alef Group for Palo Alto networks and also the technical certification. So Palo Alto Networks, the company, was founded in 2005 by his actual CTO, Neil Zurk. In 2007, they launched the first next generation firewall. Even they didn't register this terminology of next generation firewall. Palo Alto Networks is the first company who use it in the cyber world. During this period, from the opening of the company, they was pioneering many functionalities, many engines related to cybersecurity. They was the first one who used cloud delivered sandboxing. They was the first company who created a next generation VM firewall, and so on and so forth. And today, Palo Alto Networks portfolio of products can be split in three big pillars: Strata, Prisma, and Cortex. Strata is related to products and solution to protect your on-prem data center, maybe your private cloud services. But you will find the Strata products mainly on the on-prem use on on-prem data centers. Prisma is a portfolio of products related to cloud solutions. Even there are public cloud or private cloud, you have Prisma Cloud as a firewall as a service. We have Prisma Access, we have Prisma SD-WAN, and last year, Palo Alto Networks launched new products combining Prisma Access and Prisma SD-WAN and adding more features, more functionalities. And this product is called Prisma SASE. And the last pillar, Cortex. How we can secure the future. We'll see what are the products from this portfolio of Cortex terminology. Now, taking one by one, in Strata, we have our next generation firewall. We can have physical firewall, physical appliances, we can have virtual one, we can even have next generation firewall container. And we have also our central management platform, Panorama. These are all the products that you will find on the Strata, on the terminology of Strata. As I mentioned already, you have Prisma, Prisma Access, Prisma Cloud, Prisma SD-WAN, Prisma SASE. For Cortex, we have Cortex XDR to protect and to prevent and to protect our endpoints. We have Cortex XOR to automate and to help security engineers to have a very quick response in all the incidents, security incident in IT. And all of these products, we can have something called cloud delivery security services. These are some subscriptions that you can activate on your product to make deep analysis of DNS traffic, to analyze your traffic against malware, viruses, vulnerabilities, to filter where that are being accessed by your employees. We can have also an IoT subscription to integrate the IoT because IoT is even more and more in our life. Global Protect is referring to Global Protected remote access product that Palo Alto Networks is having the home product. We can have in our next generation firewall subscription for SD1. I will talk just in a few moments more. And we have also possibility to activate the DLP function on our firewall. What is very unique to Palo Alto Networks next generation firewall? They are predictable in performance. We know from our experience that in datasheets we are seeing a lot of numbers, but unfortunately not all the time these numbers reflect the reality, what we are having in our real life. But in Palo Alto Networks, you can count on that numbers because on Palo Alto Networks firewalls, we are having something called single pass parallel processing, SP3. This SP3 is combined of single pass software, meaning that all the content inspections that you are performing to your traffic are done in parallel. You don't waste time to make malware analysis, to make wildfire analysis. No, everything is done in parallel. And also we have parallel processing hardware, meaning each firewall has two individual planes. One to manage the configuration, to get to store the logs and to generate reports, and another plane to just to manage the traffic and to inspect. All of these two planes are completely separate. So if your fire will be under a DDoS attack, for example, you will continue to have access to the management console. You can see what is happening and you can troubleshoot. Okay, now going to the physical appliances, in Palo Alto Networks, we have plenty of models, full range of products, from the small ones, the PA400 series, to the biggest one, PA7000 series. So all the physical appliances are named start with PA. They launched at the end of last year also other models, PA1400 series, and they add also PA400 to two new models, adding also power over Ethernet functionalities. All of these physical appliances are fixed form factor. You know from the beginning what kind of interfaces you have, what performance you have, and you can achieve. And you have also, I mentioned, VM firewalls. VM firewalls in Palo Alto Networks, how we are licensing this, we are using something called software credits. Software credits, imagine the software credit like a prepaid card from your mobile phone company. The same is the software credit. You buy a pool of credits, and you can consume as you wish. You can use that credits to deploy VM firewall. You can use that credit to activate subscription. You can upgrade your VM firewall to manage higher throughput. All of that using this software credit. You don't need to go back to the entire acquisition process to have dead times. Very, very fast now. I said also Panorama. Panorama is the central point of managing your next generation firewall, and not only. Because in Panorama, you can integrate with the cloud solutions. You can use some plugins, dedicated plugins from cloud providers. And you can manage from Panorama the Prisma Access, for example, that is the cloud solution, or Prisma SD1 or Prisma SASE. All of this can be managed from Panorama. And in Panorama, you have full visibility. All the logs can be seen in Panorama in one single interface. You don't need to use different interfaces from different products. No, you just go to Panorama Management Console and you have everything you need there. I said Prisma Access. Just jump over. Okay, so Prisma Access. Let's call it a VPN concentrator was in the past. Right now it's more. They add more secure functions to protect our mobile workforce because the COVID pandemic bring us great challenges, but also great opportunities. And Prisma Access is one of the solutions that can protect our mobile workforce, no matter if they are in the home, in the coffee shop, or they are in the office, can protect them. And Prisma SD-WAN. How is SD-WAN started in Palo Alto Networks? At the beginning, Palo Alto Networks acquired a company named CloudGenix, and they ingest in their product, in their portfolio, the product of CloudGenix. Right now, they have Palo Alto Networks have two SD-WAN implementation, one based on CloudGenix, and the second one based on their own next generation firewall using what I mentioned at the beginning, SD-WAN subscription. The differences of functionalities, there are none. The same functionality you have in both solutions, only the management is different. In the CloudGenix approach, you have the management in the cloud, but in next generation firewall SD-WAN approach, you will manage from your panorama that it is installed in your on-prem solution. But from functionalities are the same. Even in the next generation firewall, no matter it is the smallest model and the biggest one, all the security functions are identical. Every model can do threat prevention, can do relay filtering, can do DNS security, DLP, all the models. Only the throughput, of course, is different. And the last pillar, I said, it's Cortex. Cortex has two primary elements, Cortex XDR and Cortex XOR. Yeah? We need to prevent everything that is known, but if it's something zero-day attack, something unknown, we need to investigate. We need first to detect and then to investigate as fast as possible. And here we have XDR, XOR that can help a security engineer to generate a very quick response and even an automatic one. Imagine the Palo Alto Networks company has around 15,000 employees. And in their security office center, they have only 8 engineers working in shifts. So 8 engineers can manage all the possible security incidents that can have employees of Palo Alto Networks. We imagine that you have a lot of appliances publishing a lot of services to your employees, to your third parties, or even to the public internet. And you need to know at any moment what vulnerabilities your assets are facing, if they are updated or not, what services are running, what ports are open. And it's very difficult to make it manually. Palo Alto Networks is helping us, offering Expanse. Expanse is a tool that can make this audit of our assets, and in any moment will tell us where we need to take action to maybe to install some updates or to block some ports or to any action that may be necessary to prevent hacking activities, malware activities. All of this Cortex you should see as an ecosystem. Everything is integrated. Everything can communicate with everything. We have also, I didn't mention yet, in Palo Alto Networks a product called Cortex Data Lake. It's a cloud-based log repository where all the Palo Alto Networks products can store the logs, and after that can be analyzed and can be used by all the products. So everything is integrated, everything is native integrated, very easy, and now only one or two consoles is needed to manage all these products, all these Palo Alto Networks products. So I said you want to have different functionalities in cybersecurity to make intrusion detection, to make VLA filtering, to make DLP, to administrate your remote workforce. You can find in Palo Alto Networks all the products that can help you. Very easy, very customized, very user-friendly interface. But you have to remember that the majority of security breaches that appear are because of misconfiguration. Because the people doesn't know how to benefit from the technology. And here, Alef is coming to help you, and it's offering specialized certified courses of Palo Alto Networks. And you have EDU 210. It's the first course that you should attend when you are talking about next generation firewall of Palo Alto Networks. It's a 5 full day class where you will find out how to configure and how to manage the next generation firewall from Palo Alto Networks. The next one, more advanced, it's EDU 330. It's a troubleshooting course related to next generation firewall. And the EDU 220, the dedicated course related to Panorama. All of this portfolio of courses, you can have it in Alef. Alef is authorized to and has specialized trainers, certified trainers to deliver these classes. Helping you to achieve some technical certification, recognized everywhere, starting from the easiest one, PCAT, entry technician, PCNSC, system administrator, system engineer. So all of this technical certification, you can have it if you go to person view testing centers and you pass the exams. There are similar classes and courses to other portfolio of products. PCD array is related to Cortex XDR, ST is Prisma, and AE is related to XOR. Any technical certification has behind some courses, official courses from Palo Alto Networks that you can have all of them in Alef. So thank you very much. If you have any question, please use the chat or contact my colleagues or directly me, and we can have a more detailed discussion about your needs. Andrea, thank you for this opportunity. Back to you.
Thank you, Cosmin. Hello, everybody. My name is Peter Rusev, and I will cover the next topic in our Alef Knowledge Day, which will be how to keep your data center knowledge up to date. And let's start. As I said, my name is Peter Rusev. I'm a system engineer in the data center networking team in Alef, and I want to show you what are the trends, what we are what's our experience from our training center, in particular the data center part, and we'll see the trends. What's actually a data center? As we know, the data center is the place where our data resides. No matter what kind of applications, CRM, big data we have in our environment, it's everything stored in one place, which is called data center. And of course, the data center consists of three integral parts. This is the network infrastructure, the compute, where are hosted all our application, and of course the storage infrastructure. And a few words why we are talking about Cisco, why we are dealing with Cisco in particular, and this is where we are actually the strongest, is because Cisco is the leader on the Ethernet switching market again for the last year. You can see here statistics from the IDC, the worldwide top 5 Ethernet switching companies. Again, Cisco is a leader on the market with a constant growth throughout each and every Q in 2022 and a total revenue at the end of the year of 5.2%. That's why we chose from the very beginning of the company that we will stick with the Cisco, we will have a strong connection with them, and we will provide their services. And regarding data center and regarding where actually the data centers are as a legacy part and where they will be in the future, here we can see that during the evolution of the data center, everything started as a room or a computer room, which was hosted all our compute environment. This was the so-called on-premise data center. Each and every big company actually had their own environment, their own room or very big facility, which is managing all the compute, the storage, and the network environment consisting and actually creating this data center. We see that in 2019, based on Gartner research, the majority of the data centers were actually on-prem, and there was very little tiny bit, let's say 1/5, of course, of the public cloud environment. This is the time where actually the public clouds have become more popular. They were providing concurrent costs and TCO, and this is where actually everything started. Now the trend is, and what we expect in 2025 is that the percentage of the on-prem data centers will actually decrease and the public cloud will increase up to 40%. And here we see a new player on the market. This is the edge computing, and we will see what is it on the next slides. Having in mind that actually more and more companies are looking forward public cloud, but they are not turning their back on the on-prem data centers. And here we can see that actually in 2022 Cisco Global Hybrid Cloud Trend Research, we see that 82% of the customers have already adopted a hybrid cloud. And here we are introducing a new term, hybrid cloud. This is a cloud which consists of our own premises cloud and a public cloud which we have also rented. And this way we can guarantee disaster recovery, full redundancy, and actually this way we can spread our resources throughout the world, because you know the public clouds are not only in one location, they are actually located on almost each and every continent in the close to the big cities. So this way the companies are actually guaranteeing better experience to their customers. And here we see that also almost 92% of the customers have tried not only one public cloud provider, but actually two. For this, again, a better experience, better redundancy, better disaster recovery. And here we see that only 8% are actually sticking to one public cloud provider. This is very important, and this is also what we see as a trend throughout our customers, that not only the on-site, on-prem data center is important for them, but also the connection to the public cloud. And this we think will increase in future. What are the innovations? We'll quickly just go through them, and we'll mark the important topics: new architecture, new compute, new services and programmability, and new analytics and management. From the networking point of view, we all have seen already the evolution from a normal core layer distribution network through the programmable fabric in the VXLAN EVPN through our top of the line products and the top of the line solution, which is the ACI, which is the fully programmable data center fabric. What is new here, of course, is the new hardware, and it's important to say here that in the previous years we were talking about 100 gig and 400 gig port density on our Nexus devices. Now we are talking about 800 gigs. With the newest and latest generation of the Nexus devices, we are actually pointing into the direction of having a fully 800 gig data center interconnected through our devices, which is great news. The next thing which we have is the evolution of the compute and the storage. And the evolution here is actually the hyperconverge, which is also enabling us to have the edge computing, which is, as we saw, gaining more and more popularity. Having this in mind, of course, here in the last year, we have upgraded hardware. We have the new generation of the UCSC rack-mounted servers with the M6 generation. Also, we have the introduction of UCSX chassis modular compute enclosure, and on top of that we saw based on the M6 UCSC series new API controllers for our ACI fabric. So we can say that everything is evolving from the technology point of view. We have a bigger capacity ports, faster compute power, and faster storage. The next thing that actually is very important, and again, we see as a trend in the last 2022 and also more and more requests in 2023 is regarding the microservices and programmability. We see more customers actually integrating microservices environments like Kubernetes, as it's shown here, in their ACI fabric and using our UCS compute power actually to host those microservices. On top of that, everything is programmable fabric, programmable UCS environment, which is helping our customers actually to faster deploy and easy to operate those environments. And this is actually the key trend in 2023 and beyond, the programmability. What we actually, the next thing that we see as a trend is the data center analytics and management. Here with the Cisco Intersight, which is a well-known program, software as a service program, which can be accessed from everywhere. We have the full visibility on our environment. We can access it from everywhere. We have easy access to the management, to the provisioning, to the operational tools which are needed for our compute environment. Nevertheless, Cisco Intersight is again a fully programmable platform which throughout the APIs which are natively supported in it, it can be automated, and our customers can actually do everything very fast, very quickly with this level of automation. Not last, actually, there is one more tool which is gaining popularity, and it's used more and more, especially into the networking part, is the Cisco Nexus dashboard, which is giving a great visibility through the insights of what is going on with our traffic, what are the flows, what are the where are the packet drops, where are the microbursts, if we have some congestion or not. And it is giving us very big, very good and very big analysis of our traffic trends, what is going on, where our traffic is going, what is the direction of it. And it is very easy to actually integrate with the existing customer Cisco ACI environments we see here through the Cisco APIC, or even with the legacy purely NXOS fabric VXLAN EVPN through the data center network management, through the DCNM. And this tool is actually can be used to manage not only our private cloud as we see it here, but also it is easily integrated, and it can manage our public cloud environment. We see here that actually the Nexus dashboard orchestrator can manage in the same way the our on-prem environment, and actually no matter which public cloud environment we see here, Amazon Web Services, Google Cloud, and also Azure Stack. And one thing which is very important again is the programmability. We see that here the Nexus dashboard is again fully a REST API opened, and it is natively integrated inside of this tool. So we can easily automate with Terraform, Ansible, or even if you want with pure Python, the environment, how to take the needed data throughout from the Nexus dashboard. And this way we are actually bridging the gap between the network operations, which are the team which is managing our network infrastructure, our compute and storage infrastructure, and our developers or DevOps, which are actually developing the application, which are sitting on top of those on top of these on top of this environment. We see that as a very big trend, actually bridging the gap between the DevOps and NetOps. Again, let's cover the topic in this part. Why is the technical education important in 2023? As I said, we have a very big push for some specific technologies, and if we are not up to date with the information, and we are not up to date with the trends, we are actually always one step back of what is needed as a skills, as a behavior, as a mindset, even if I can say it in this way. Getting familiar with the technologies is actually giving you the opportunity to make the informated decisions, what are the right steps and the correct steps, not only in choosing the correct vendor, choosing the correct equipment, building the correct design, optimizing then the design, creating and implementing the network and operating it. If you don't have the correct skills for that, you are actually starting with a back foot. You are actually not fully aware what are the options, what are the technologies, and this is very important to keep your skills up to date. Our main goal and main reason to have all those kind of trainings, which we'll see in the next slide, is actually to give you the opportunity to, so you can be the leader, you can be the person who can clearly decide what is valuable, from what decisions actually your organization will benefit. We want to make you fully aware what's on the market, how the technologies are tied together, how the technologies operate, and based on that you have actually the agility, and it will give you the power to make the correct decision. This in long term will actually will give value to your decisions, to your designs, to your implementations, which in a long term will actually provide you the best services for your customers. And this will not only make you the key figure in your organization, but it will push you as a strategic partner, if you can say it this way. It will give you the leadership and give you the most skills which are needed today, and actually will help you for the tomorrow. And why we're talking about regarding the gap between the NetOps and DevOps is that the communication, what we want to say here is the communication is key. If the teams are not speaking between each other, this is detrimental and can lead to very big issues inside of your organizations. Bridging the gap between the NetOps and DevOps is actually a trend which we see in 2022, even in 2023 and beyond. And I can tell you that Alef is thinking about that, and in future will provide you more and more trainings, custom trainings, which will actually help those two separate islands to understand each other and to help them to speak to each other and to collaborate. And actually, very quickly, I will go through what are the evolution of educational programs. Again, we were talking about the Cisco evolution of educational programs. And the new thing in 2023 is we know that from 2020, we actually had a upgraded certification path with different tracks, which were upgraded and updated with the newest, with the newer content, and we had the change in the certification program with the concentration exam and the core exam in each and every track. Now, on top of that, we have the regular updates, which is coming for each and every track. And actually, for the data center track, in after the 20th of April, we will have a change in the content of the exams and also of the trainings. We'll actually move from version 1.0 to version 1.1, if I'm not mistaken. And this is the trend from 2020. You see here the separation of associate, specialist, and professional level with the core and concentration exams and the expert level. The good thing and the good news for now is that the only change which is coming in 2023 with the updated certificate and updated training program is regarding the professional level. The expert level will be changed in 2024, I think. So for now, if you are going for a CCA, do it before the change. And this is actually the so-called Cisco certification roadmap. And here you can see what is the timeline for the changes in each and every section, in each and every track of the Cisco training programs. And one tip, always check on the Cisco certification roadmap page when exactly your exam and your training will be changed. Don't obey those timings. Nobody is going to change it. And regarding our courses in Alef, we're providing the full portfolio of Cisco official courses. Here we see in this bubble, those are the mandatory certificates, of course, the data center core and all the concentration exams needed to reach the CCNP data center. One new change here is regarding the data center SAN exam, which will be obsoleted, and the last time to go and take that exam is April 19, 2023. And the new introduction here is the DCACI Advanced. Also, you see that we hear another courses from Cisco which are fully focused on a specific technology. On top of that, we have a homemade courses which are coming in addition to all those Cisco courses, which you can check on the trainingalef.com. Important for each and every hour training is that it's instructor-led. We have a lab environment and lab tests, which is very useful because you will not have only the theoretical part, but also you have the hands-on. And during the Corona, actually, we developed the online trainings, and here you can see a picture how our instructor desk looks like. You can see that we have a fully professional equipment, so this way we are giving you the best experience during your online training. And what's actually the experience from our data center team in 2022? Again, as the previous year, we have the most successful training is the data center DCACI, implementing Cisco application-centric infrastructure. We see more and more demand on that exam, but actually now the focus is being shifted to another courses which are homemade, if I can say it this way, here in Alef. This is the troubleshooting and operations in the ACI. Actually, this course, the ACI course and the ACI training, we see as a big evolution because in the past, the companies are actually trying to get familiar with this technology. They are trying to learn. And here you can see in the learn what is the curve and the path for the learning of the ACI technology. First, everything starts with the learning with DCACI and with the advanced part then we are building and operating it with the Kubernetes networking. Then we are moving to operations and programmability. And actually here what you see, all the courses start with DC dash. It's the Kubernetes, the operations troubleshooting, and the programmability. Those are unique courses which we are actually providing in Alef, and you cannot find anywhere else. Evolution of the training, as I said, we are very actually happy that we have that much experience with ACI, and this is because we have a unique people in our team. This is one of actually we are very proud that in our team is the double CCA and the first person who actually took the CCA data center with the new version. Our colleague Jan Janovic, who actually recently wrote a full book, Cisco ACI from Zero to Hero, and actually at that point we start our first quiz and our first, if I can say it, giveaway. We are giving you the chance to win this book, ACI from Zero to Hero. And now I would say, please take your phones, mobile phones, and scan this QR code, because here you have a small quiz with a few questions, and the winner will actually take the book. Please scan the code and let's play. Okay, I'll give you 1 minute so you can all scan, fill your details inside, and let's see how many people will actually play. The price is very good. It's very, I can say, complete book, and everybody can read it. Even people who are not that familiar with ACI, because it starts from the very beginning, explaining what is the technology and going very deep dive, how to implement, how to optimize, and how to operate the ACI fabric. Come on, don't be shy. Use your phones. It's very easy and the price is really good. Come on, 14 people, 15. Are we going to reach 20? 17. Okay. 20 seconds and we start. 18. Come on, two more. Let's reach 20. Okay, we have 20. 21. Nice. 22. So, last 10 seconds and I'm starting the quiz. 10. 3, 2, 3, 2, 1. Be ready and look at your mobile devices. You have 20 seconds per question, so don't waste your time. One second. And let's see what was the correct answer. And yes, the majority of you chose the correct answer. DCACI was our most successful course. Next question. What are the biggest trends currently in the data center? Here you can choose two options. Three, two, one. And let's see the correct answers. Here are visibility and telemetry and automation. Great work. And the last question. What is the name of the controller in the Cisco ACI infrastructure? Here is a single answer. Three, two, one. And Let's see what is the correct answer. It's of course the Cisco Epic, and let's see who is the winner. And the winner is Jagdeep here. Congratulations, you have 3 of 3 answers for just 28 seconds. So we'll contact you during the presentation so we can see how we can send the book to you. Thank you very much. Thank you for your attention and have a nice day.
Thank you, Peter. Hello, my name is Filip Kovář. In Alef, I work as a business unit manager for Splunk. And today I would like to tell you a bit about Splunk technology. Splunk is a software product that is designed to collect, store, and analyze so-called machine data. The whole philosophy of Splunk is based on the thesis that it can process and evaluate any data from any source, in any format, and in any volume. That's why it's called the Data to Everything platform. I probably don't need to introduce what we are seeing here. Anyone who has ever solved a problem in IT, development, or application operation has seen screens like this. Each application or systems provide different levels of information about what's going on inside it. Each time with a different structure and each time in a different output, usually to the file or just to the screen. Among other things, the great added value of Splunk is its ability to transform this into this. Splunk is a way to capture diverse streams of data, process them, and provide the user with a detailed analysis and present them in a clear, usually graphical form. Splunks allow you to collect arbitrary machine-generated data. This data is then stored, categorized, and made available for analytical use. The uses of this data are truly diverse: application, IT ops, security, IoT, and more. I would like to point out that this is not a tool only for technical-minded people. Actually, quite the opposite. The analyzed data can add a lot of value for business users as well. To get a better idea, let's take a closer look at the Splunk ecosystem. This is a building block. It's based on any data that is stored and further processed according to your requirement and needs. Splunk Enterprise and Splunk Cloud are the base of the platform, which can be supplemented with a number of other components or modules called add-ons or applications during implementation. Add-ons are mostly free and they provide integration with third-party applications and systems. At Alef, we have 4 main areas of interest. We focus on security, log management, observability, and custom development. Let us now take a closer look at the individual topics. Although we don't have enough time at the moment to present each area in details, I will try to my best to describe what I can. If there in any specific area that arrows your interest, please let me know. I would be happy to hear from you and help you understand your data and what you can get of them. First of all, I would like to speak about security. Splunk provides you with full visibility across your environment, break down data silos, and gain actionable intelligence by ingesting data from multi-cloud and on-premises deployments. Get full visibility to quickly detect malicious threats, in your environment. Splunk Security Operations Suite combines industry-leading solutions for security information and event management (SIEM), security orchestration, automation, and response, shortly SOAR, and user and entity behavior analytics (UBA). Splunk Enterprise Security is an analytics-driven SIEM tool that provides real-time security monitoring, advanced threat detection, incident investigation, and forensics and other features for effective threat management. Splunk User Behavior Analytics is a machine learning-based solution that serves for any-one threats and weird behavior from users, endpoints, devices, and applications. Splunk Phantom is a world-class security orchestration, automation, and response system that combines security infrastructure orchestration, playbook automation, and case management capabilities to integrate your team, processes, and tools. Second area of interest is observability. Splunk put observability is the instrumentation of systems and applications to collect metrics and reports. It is the development of applications with the idea that someone will monitor them. It is based on systems control theory, which is the foundation of feedback systems, where observability is a measure of how well the internal states of system can be inferred from knowledge of its external outputs, a kind of digital outputs. Think of it as a property of the system, a different attribute such as functionality, performance, or testability. That's why Splunk has created a suite of tools called a Splunk Observability Cloud in one unified environment that gives you comprehensive visibility across your entire infrastructure, allowing you to go from alert to issue resolution in seconds, not hours. Observability is not a substitute for monitoring, but they complement each other. However, it is also impossible to have effective monitoring without a culture of observability. Tools are not enough, and no tool will magically give you observability. Within log management, there are differences between the Splunk approach and other technologies. The main differences between Splunk and traditional systems is the way that is stored and read. Traditional systems must define storage parameters and create structured data from unstructured data. They then store this data in a SQL database and then read it. In contrast, Splunk stores the logs in their unstructured form and loads them with the metadata in the form of the source, where the data came from, time, and more. It then reads them from the NoSQL database after indexing. This method of enumeration is called schema thread. Together with our colleagues from the training center, we have prepared 5 courses for you. We have divided the courses into beginner and advanced. In beginner courses, you can find Splunk Basic and Splunk Power User Fast Start. Splunk Basic, Splunk. These two are the very basic and should be mastered by anyone who has at least a simple overview and enthusiasm for IT. The subsequent advanced training courses then delve deeper into specific area of the technology. Alef's goal is to pass on this amazing technology to customers, and that's all about knowledge. Now, I would like to give you a little bit more information about each course, so you can get the idea of what to expect. Splunk Basics course is intended for future users of Splunk who have little experience with the technology, as well as for complete beginners. It introduced the technology itself, examples of its use in practice, a general view of the architecture, and the introduction to the Splunk query language. Graduates will get a basic orientation to the Splunk UI, learn how to create Splunk queries, reports, dashboards, and alerts, and get an overview of the possibilities that Splunk offers. This is an introductory course to the technology with the output knowledge necessary for subsequent courses. Splunk Power User Fast Start is for anyone who want to become expert at using time in searches to identify and use transformating commands and functions to calculate statistics on their data, or to learn how to calculate co-occurrence between fields and analyze data from multiple datasets and many other useful things. The reporting courses is continuation of the basic courses and is designed primarily for Splunk users and knowledge managers, but will be also appreciated by anyone interested in deepening their knowledge of the Splunk query language. It is also a very useful complement to the Splunk administration and Splunk onboarding courses. The aim of the Splunk administration is to provide participants with the knowledge needed to understand, manage, configure, design, and troubleshoot Splunk. Splunk deployment, architecture, license management, configuration, and permissions management aspects will be considered. The course also includes an introduction to the data processing and configuration rules associated with it. Not only that, it's a necessary prerequisite for the follow-up course Splunk Data Onboarding. Splunk Data Onboarding is an extended explanation of Splunk data processing. Participants will be introduced to the data onboarding process, experience it, and practical example, and gain the knowledge needed to send data to Splunk, index it, and prepare it for search and analysis. It's all about Splunk for me, but don't leave me yet. I have a small competition for you. Please scan the QR code. You should see the competition questions. Oh, okay. Wait a minute. Yes. Okay. Okay, thank you for answer. We will contact the winner and they will receive a vest with the Splunk logo and a gift bag from us. Yes, now we will take a break now and we will see back here at 11:45. Thank you for attention.
Hello, everyone. My colleague who should have started this blog is ill, so I had to step in, and I have prepared for you a presentation about how would I start in cybersecurity nowadays. It is basically meant for people who would like to know something more about cybersecurity. Either they are just starting right now or they already know something, so they want to broaden their knowledge. So I have prepared a short presentation on where you can start, where you can gain this knowledge you want or need for your job. Hello again, my name is Milan Habersettel and I work as a security analyst in our Alef CSER team, where I specialize in red teaming exercises, penetration testing, and partly the blue teaming side of things as in security monitoring and incident response. So let's quickly go to my presentation. So here we have a cybersecurity track of our Alef courses, which you can take to broaden your knowledge. This is specifically track for cybersecurity. We obviously have more courses that you could possibly take. However, we will be mentioning the cybersecurity track. So well, let's start in the beginning, basically, and here we have fundamentals of cybersecurity, which then translates or which then transitions into CompTIA Security Plus. Those two courses are for beginners. Usually, you have to have some knowledge in IT, so you should usually know some basics in that area of expertise. However, if you are starting in cybersecurity, the fundamentals of cybersecurity or CompTIA Security Plus courses are really great resources to gain the knowledge to get into the cybersecurity. I will briefly stop around the CompTIA Security Plus course, because this course can be ended with a certification exam where you gain worldwide known certification CompTIA Security Plus, which might be a benefit to some of you. However, the course Security Plus will take you through basically almost everything there is to cybersecurity. So you will gain knowledge about a little bit of knowledge about penetration testing. You will gain a little bit of knowledge around security monitoring, incident response, auditing, and stuff like that. So you will basically have a broad knowledge of the cybersecurity field. Then, when you want to continue with the knowledge, you want to gain some more advanced level knowledge, then we have the bottom right quadrant of our courses, where we specialize, or where we let's say specialize in two subfields of the cybersecurity. One is security analysis, which is aimed at the blue teamers, the defenders of the organization, and then we have the security testing, which aims at the red teamers who usually do security tests like the penetration testing, security awareness, and or security assessments and stuff like that. So we have multiple courses here. I will mention only few of them that are again a really good resource to get started or to continue with the cybersecurity career. So the first one is CompTIA CSA, or CompTIA Cybersecurity Analyst, in the security analysis field or subfield. This course is again by the organization CompTIA. It is ended with a certification exam, or you can end it with a certification exam and gain again the worldwide known certificate, which again can be a bonus. The cybersecurity analyst course will take you through the security monitoring part of things and incident response. So you will gain the knowledge about how to handle incidents, how to set up your own security monitoring center, and how to be an analyst in that center. Then we have again another CompTIA certified course, which is part of the security testing subfield. There is the CompTIA _PN, which is Pen Test Plus. As the name implies, this course will give you some knowledge about penetration testing and red teaming part of the security. So the offensive security is let's say introduced to you there, and you gain some knowledge how to test things in your own organization. So again, great resource to gain the knowledge how to perform your own security assessments. I will mention three other courses. One is Wi-Fi PEN, which is a new course by my colleague who unfortunately has taken ill. So he would talk about it a little bit more than me because I don't know about it so much. So this course, the Wi-Fi penetration testing, will again give you the knowledge about how to perform the security assessments aimed only at Wi-Fi networks, because nowadays every organization has one or even more Wi-Fi networks that should be protected enough to withstand some cyber attacks. The second course I will mention that is not ended with certification. It is our own customized course. It is COOP, or Cyber Attack and Defense in Praxis, which guides you through practical, let's say, examples of how an attack or how a penetration test could look like. So it is aimed at beginners. However, you have to have knowledge in IT security. So at least the CompTIA Security Plus usually has to be already taken. So in the cyber attack and defense in practice, we usually go through some scenarios that a real cyber attack could take also. So you will gain access to a network. You will then enumerate the network and gain access to other systems in that organization. So that is part of this course. And the last course I will mention here is MONIT, or the long name is Security Monitoring and Incident Response. This course is again aimed more at the blue team side of things, so at the defenders, where in this course we talk about the security monitoring part of things. So we will usually talk about how to again set up your security operations center. What is the difference between the levels of the SOC centers and the SOC analysts? What knowledge should they have? And we usually then go through some again practical examples of how to, let's say, analyze network traffic, how to analyze some certain types of files that are usually used in the cyber attacks, like Word documents, Excel documents, and stuff like that. So in the MONIT, or the Security Monitoring and Incident Response course, we take you through these analysis methods and techniques. So that is one part of the MONIT course. There is obviously the big thread that is all around us, and that is phishing. And I have example for you that I have found just before this conference, and that is on LinkedIn. Someone with a fake account was sending a comments on our Alef Knowledge Day promos with their own link. So in the course, Security Monitoring and Incident Response, you will also learn how to analyze phishing, such as, for example, this. So you see that there is a link that a potentially unaware user can click, and if they click the link, they could be potentially infected, or there is usually a phishing website that tries to gather some information from the user, so usually a credit card, such as in this example. So this is also part of the course that you will learn how to analyze phishing emails, how to analyze the phishing websites, what tools the analysts could use to do that. So we will then continue from the fourth quadrant of our cybersecurity track, and I will briefly go through what other certifications or what other courses you can take with us to gain knowledge in some different areas of cybersecurity. Because as I have said in the beginning, the cybersecurity field is very broad, so there are a lot of jobs that you can basically perform. So here we have the cryptography part of things. If you would like to gain knowledge about cryptography, which is sometimes very hard to understand some of the principles and some of the algorithms and stuff like that, then we have multiple courses that can guide you through this and give you again the knowledge about these mechanisms that we use on a daily basis. Then there is the security architecture. It's usually not as technical as the previous courses. It's usually again aimed at the security architects for the organizations. So you will again gain knowledge about broad field of the cybersecurity, what should be in an organization, and what should you basically know about in the organization. So some standards that you can implement in your own organizations, and information security management and stuff like this will be taught to you in those courses. Then we have the left top side that has two subfields, let's say the legislative track. I will not talk about it because we only aim at the Czech customers, so I will skip that part of the courses. However, the raising safety awareness or raising security awareness part of the cybersecurity is very important nowadays, and thus we also aim at helping you as, for example, a security manager or architect of cybersecurity in your own organizations, that we can basically help you with educating your own users about the modern threats in the cybersecurity field. So in the platform that is called PSAT, or Proof Point Security Awareness Training, you can basically set up courses for your own users in the organization, and they will learn through these short courses how the security landscape is evolving. So what other threats are there other than the basic phishing that almost anyone can detect. So there are multiple ways how to teach your own or educate your own users. And last thing I will talk about is a cloud security and Microsoft part of things, because also we are now, the trend is to go to the cloud or to migrate into the cloud. So we have also courses that will guide you through how to set your own cloud environment so it is more secure than it would be without this knowledge. So we have multiple courses that will help you in this field. And then last part of the cybersecurity track I will talk about here is the Microsoft security track or Microsoft courses track, where we have multiple again courses. However, the two courses I will mention here is the PKI and WISS, which is public key infrastructure and Windows infrastructure system security, where the teachers will guide you through how to set the Windows infrastructure in your organization. So again, you are resilient to cyber attacks that are happening nowadays. So those are this is the brief summary of the courses and what you can gain from these courses. Again, I will quickly just summarize it, how I would start if I would be starting right now with the cybersecurity career. I would take the CompTIA Security Plus course, which will give me the knowledge about the broader sense of cybersecurity. So I will gain very broad but very shallow information and knowledge about what cybersecurity field is about. Then I would probably take some courses that would teach me about the cyber attack. So I would most likely take the cyber attack and defense in practice course, and I would also take the Wi-Fi penetration testing. After that, I would usually go for the security monitoring and incident response, even though I would like to aim at the offensive security. You always have to have the knowledge about the defensive side of things, because you are not only the attacker, you are an analyst that should give the information to the defending team. How should they, let's say, secure their own environment? So the security monitoring and incident response, or MONIT course, is very great at that. So those are some courses I would definitely take if I would be starting in cybersecurity right now. And before I end, obviously there are a lot of vacancies in the job market in the cybersecurity. So I have here, we need you in cybersecurity, because as I said, the cybersecurity is evolving rapidly, and we need more people to let's say, react to that. And with that, I will thank you for your attention, and goodbye, and hope to see you in our courses, let's say.
Welcome everybody to Alef Knowledge Day 2023. I'm so happy and honored to be part of this conference. Today we're going to cover the most interesting topic within the IT, within the retail, automotive, and also within the whole world, and that is negotiation. Well, first of all, let's talk about what negotiation actually is. Well, we are negotiating every day 5 to 7 times, which means that normally you're negotiating with your boss, you're negotiating with your colleagues, you're negotiating internally, externally, with your suppliers, with your clients. And this is very crucial and very important hard skill, not a soft skill, because a lot of people think that negotiation is part of communication, but negotiation is a hard skill and can be learned, and that is very important. You know, we are negotiating with other people just because we are having a conflict with them. You see, I have certain background, I have a certain history, I have certain experiences, and I have a certain point of view. And you guys on the other side of the camera, you have your background, you have your experiences, you have your history, you have your point of view. And sometimes it may come to the end that, you know, you are having a different point of view than I do. So for instance, if you're going to buy a car, then I'll come to the dealership and my idea about the price is, for example, 500 Czech crowns and 500,000 Czech crowns. And you are willing to tell me that you want to sell it for the minimum of 600,000 Czech crowns. So automatically we have different points of view and we're having a conflict from the very beginning. and the conflict is something that we all have to mitigate. We all have to solve, because conflict is just a great opportunity to move forward, to build the relationship, and also to cross that bridge together. Because what was the last time that you were arguing with somebody, and when you finally figured it out, the whole situation and atmosphere cleared out, and you were better buddies, you had a better relationship. So through the conflict, we are not only negotiating, but we are also building the relationship. A lot of times, well, I get that we are negotiating against somebody. And for me, that's a big no-no. That you are dead wrong with that. The point here is that negotiation is happening only if there are two parties that are cooperating. That doesn't mean that I work or you work. It means that we cooperate on the task, on the resolution of the conflict that we're actually having. And in the negotiation, the most important principle is reciprocity. It means that you, for example, come home today to your beloved one and you ask her or him for dinner. So you're asking him, you're having some sort of a demand. And what reciprocity is, that they will cook you the dinner and they will tell you, okay, honey, but you will now clean up all the dishes, and they're also having some sort of demand. And automatically you're having reciprocity, you're all already cooperating on that task. When we are negotiating, and as I already said, we're negotiating 5 to 7 times a day, it's really important that we listen to what people are saying, and that we have empathy for what they are saying. And I just want to quickly stop right here what actually empathy is. The empathy is that you respect what people say, and it doesn't really mean that you have to necessarily agree with that. And secondly, it means that you are not judging those people for their opinions, for their point of view, because it's perfectly fine if somebody is having a different point of view that you're actually having. And what we are here in Alef Training Center, Czech Republic, Prague, doing is that we team up with Association of Negotiators, with Fascinating Academy, where we teach people how to talk, how to communicate, and first and foremost, how to negotiate. And this cooperation is honestly been amazing for us. And if you guys would like to know how to communicate, how to negotiate, and how to do the keynote speeches, you can go to the Alef Training Center and use your Alef credits and sign up for one of the trainings. The model that we're using in negotiation is the FBI model. And the reason for that is that FBI is basically based on the crisis negotiation, on the hostage negotiation, on the situation where we're not talking about money. We're not talking about some contract conditions. We're talking about your lives. And if you cannot negotiate the life, then how can you negotiate? So when this FBI model is used, basically we're taking a look at the very close range of 5%. Those are the 5% situations that you have to deal with. And the rest of the 95%, you guys already know how to negotiate. Because otherwise you wouldn't be here on the Alef Knowledge Day. You wouldn't be here because you wouldn't be ambitious. You wouldn't know how to communicate these things internally. So what we're actually looking at are the very last 5%. And the reason being is that the FBI model, which is considering those last 5%, can be applied to also those 95%, because it just works. It just works. And today I'm going to share with you, first and foremost, what the actual FBI model looks like, what are the patterns of our behavior, and last but not least, I will give you 5 tactics that you can use today in your office to have a better communication and lastly, better results. So I'm just gonna share a whiteboard right here. So I hope that it works. Great. Now you should all see the whiteboard. And when we're talking about the FBI model, it is really important that we are taking those 5% that really work and we're really expanding it beyond those 5% to the rest of the 95%. You know, it's like the saying that, for example, Michael Schumacher, the best Formula One driver, is not suitable for going on the highway. You know, it's the exact opposite because Michael Schumacher will drive the safest on the highway ever from those drivers, and he will ride most defensively so he can avoid any crashes. So FBI model, and which is the thing that we're teaching in Fascinating Academy and Association of Negotiators, is what we're going to be talking right now. So we are actually taking a look at 4 behavior patterns that we all are having throughout our day. So on the chart, as you can see right here, we have the y-axis and the x-axis. On the x-axis, we have something we call relationship. And on the y-axis, what we have is actually, sorry guys, oops, it's actually the power. So we have these y-axis and the relationship axis. And what we are doing right here is that we are dividing it into 4 quadrants. And actually it's quite easy because in the right bottom corner, what we are having is something where you never want to be where. And that's a quadrant of giving in. You know, if you just take a look on the giving in, here what we have is that we are very on the relationship axis. So we are really taking here that we're really focusing on the relationship, and we have a very low power of the negotiation, which means that we cannot really, we don't have a power to basically put through our demands, firstly. And secondly, we really care about the relationship. So when you are in giving in behavioral pattern, that actually means that, for example, I would kindly ask you to bring me a coffee. I'm having some sort of a demand to you, and you go and bring me a coffee. So you don't have any demands against, and you're accepting my demand. You don't have anything against what I said. You don't want anything from me. You're just accepting what I want. So that's a giving in, and the longer you stay in giving in, the less people will actually admire you. And that's really important, guys. Write it down. The more that you'll stay in giving in, the less will people admire you and actually take accountant for what you're doing. On the other side, what we're having is a pattern of competing. And this is basically a behavioral pattern that I had. That means that I'm having some sort of a demand. I'm saying, bring me the coffee. I'm saying what I want, and I'm not giving you anything as a reciprocity. So as you can see right here, I have a high power of what I want, and I'm not really taking care of my relationship with you. I'm just being egoistic. You know, I'm just putting through what I want. I'm just laying on the demands on the table. So this is a very important thing that you'll realize, that a lot of people during, for example, projects, those people will tell me, you know, Adam, you must do this, you must do that. I want you to do that. And we will talk about the reciprocity and how we can actually level up those powers in a minute. So competitive behavioral pattern is something where we're just demanding and we're not giving anything to those people. The third one is avoiding. And in the avoidance, we are when we're not communicating with one another, we're not replying to emails, we're not replying to calls, or it takes us a very, very long time to reply to that. And I mean long, not like a couple of hours, I mean a couple of days. Basically, what we're doing is that we're ignoring you. And important thing is that people that are in the avoiding behavioral pattern, they are firstly there, first and foremost, because they like their status quo. They like where they actually are right now. They don't have any need whatsoever to move anywhere else because they're doing just fine where they are. And the second thing, maybe they're just playing tricks on you and they want to gain some time. Because, for example, in 2 or 3 months' time, for example, Czech National Bank will raise up those interest rates, or something will happen, something that they are looking for, they're looking forward to, and they are actually benefiting from. So avoiding, I'm not talking to anyone, I'm ignoring them. It is something where I am when I'm liking my status quo, or I just need to gain some time. And in here, as you can see, oops, I don't care about, I have a low power of negotiation, and I don't really care about our relationship. And last but not least, we have something where we always want to be at, and that's cooperating. And that is cooperating. And in this quadrant, or in this behavior, we can be, and as I already said it, just two. I cannot be there alone, or my counterparty cannot be there alone. We have to be there together, because we're actually cooperating, we're actually, you know, building up the relationship. And it has the logic that we are both having a big power of in negotiation. We are putting those demands on the table, and those are the things that we are basically building the pressure, we're leveling it up. And at one point of time, so we are both right here, X, you're O. And at one point of time, we'll take by our hands and we'll go to cooperating, because we finally figure out how we can actually cooperate, because I'm telling you, I want something, you're telling me that you want something. And at some point of the negotiation, we will figure out how we can make this work, how we can actually cooperate. And at that time, we're going from here, from the competing, we're going to cooperation. And as I already said, reciprocity is the key to every successful negotiation and to every successful agreement. So those are the 4 basic behavioral patterns that we're always looking for. At the moment that I'm talking to you personally or virtually, I'm looking for where you actually at, so I can now start working with the behavior and we can start up the whole negotiation. So take a print screen of that. I will leave it here for a couple of seconds, and we will be going back to here, and we have the very last point of today's conference being me as a negotiator right here. And those are the tactics that I promised you at the very beginning. Once you started negotiation and once you know what is the behavior of what you're actually doing as a negotiator, as a communicator, as a colleague, as a leader, then you can use these tactics to boost up your success rate in negotiation. The first thing first is active listening. You see, I have a really good friend of mine. Maybe you know him. He's called Sherlock Holmes. And he said a great thing. He said, Watson, you hear, but you do not listen. So guys, please, when somebody is talking to you, pay 100% attention. Really and honestly care about those people, what they're actually telling to you. Because active listening is the key to your success in negotiation. The second thing is our demands. You have to have what we call a catalog of demands when you're going for negotiation. What we are actually saying that you should have 30 to 40 demands. But when you're negotiating, for example, on the project, I believe that 10 to 15 demands are good enough for you to be successful as a project manager, because you have to mitigate not only conflicts from the stakeholders, but also conflicts from your team. So negotiation here is really important. And last but not least, you should always put together a team of people that can support you, that can take you out of the negotiation tunnel and basically tell you this is enough, you should carry on, you should come back to the agenda, and you should, for example, ask question or stay silent. Guys, it's been a pleasure for me to be a host of Alef Knowledge Day. I hope that you enjoy it, and I'm looking forward to seeing you on our trainings together with Alef Training Center. Do not forget to take your Alef credits and use them for the trainings with rhetorics, negotiation, and leadership. I'm Adam from Association of Negotiators, and now I'm moving the word back to the studio. Have a great day, and let's see you on the training. Bye-bye.
So thank you, Adam. Hello, I'm back. You have heard a lot of information about interesting topics, about interesting trainings, and how Adam mentioned you can use Alef training credits for them. So let's see how to get to them. Alef training credits. It's like voucher for tests, courses, e-learnings, education programs, whatever what you need. It means it's one Alef training credit, it's €1, 1 Czech crown, one, for example, foreign. It only depends on your local currency. So it's like a great tool for protect your training budget. Why you need to protect your training budget? Because to be honest, during whole the year, there are like unpredictable changes. For example, employees turnover, some economic or energy crisis, some lot of changes during the year, and training budgets is among first of budgets which are cutting or freezing, and after that you can lose your training plans. With Alef training credits also you can get some like a special discount for trainings, because how many Alef training credits you will purchase, so bigger price, a bigger discount you can get. And of course, also we can guarantee like a price for 1 calendar year for you. So Alef training credits are really great tool for you. So you can create like your personal or company training budget at Alef. Alef training credits are like approved by Alef, but you can use it for all trainings which are available at the market. So not only trainings what are in portfolio at Alef Training Center. For example, you can use it for negotiation trainings. You can use it, for example, for Red Hat trainings, for other technology, because you have like your personal or company budget here at Alef. Alef training credits are managed by Alef training team. So we are sending to you regular reports of claiming how many Alef training credits you have at your budget. And after that, you can make your training plans, and we can cooperate and talk together about your education. So how you can get Alef training credits? It's really easy. You can make a direct purchase, so it's typically invoice. Or what is maybe could be interesting for you, you also can add the Alef training credits into the project. So if you have some relationship with Alef distribution, you are a partner, for example, and you are making some IT project deals, don't hesitate to add Alef training credits inside the projects. And only what you have to keep in mind, the validity for using Alef training credit, it's 1 year, so 12 months from the purchase. So this is a great tool how to protect your training budget and how you make training plans in advance. So please don't hesitate to contact your training account manager and create your training budget through Alef training credits. Well, we are in the end of Alef Knowledge Day event. And firstly, I would like to thank to all today's speakers. It was really interesting. In case you will have any additional comments or any additional questions, please don't hesitate to contact us. Also, I would like to thank you for your attention. Don't worry if you didn't catch everything, because the event is recorded. So you still can win the prize voucher for free cybersecurity course. The last question will be announced at LinkedIn tomorrow. So you can see the event from this record again, and you will have whole weekend to find the right answer. And if you will find it, or maybe you will catch it immediately, you can send it us by email. After Easter in Czech Republic, on Tuesday, April 11th, we will draw the winner online. So thank you again for your attention, and I will look forward to you in Alef Training Center. So bye.